Hope y'all having a good morning. All the way from the backwaters of your mind. Put your hands together. Welcome. Yo. Mo in the deep end. And Shizzy, whiz, nut.
My balls are tingling.
I am getting a mini donkey as my emotional support ass. I'll be like, look, it's my mini emotional support ass.
Did you like how I did that to you this morning? You're like, all right, you ready to go? And I was like, yeah. And then right at the end, I was like, oh no, wait.
I was like, crap, I already pushed the button. Shizzy, we're going plaid. We're going plaid no matter what.
Going plaid.
Yes. We are going plaid.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
do it live.
It has been one of those weeks, I will tell you, because as people that have watched me over the past week, you'll know that my computer died and I'm on a laptop, and so you'll see it glitching. So.
Yeah, and my computer decided to make me look like one of those 80s glamour shots with this really soft focus this morning. I'm like, I don't want the dynasty look. I'd like the Vaseline removed from the camera, please. It's like I attempted to paint my face on all, not Picasso today, so I'd like it actually to look right.
I don't want it to look Picasso.
Well, I mean, I have very few goals.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. And of course, everything's just been in the worst place because I've got documents that are on that computer that I can't access.
Yeah, and apparently Laura Owens is going crazy. I don't know. I need to look at that. I have completely sidestepped the Laura Owens everything.
Oh, I haven't. I just haven't been able to follow it. So that'll be something I'll have to look at. So if you would, so whoever's pulling that stuff up, just drop me an email. It's easy. It's shizzywitsnut@gmail.com and just send me a link to it so I can go over it because I love it.
I actually have the correct email. So Mr. Mo helped me set up a business email, and Mo, myself, promptly forgot what that email was. So I've been ordering things with the wrong email and wondering why I'm not getting email confirmations. And that's because, I forgot what my name was.
Yes, she does. She does that.
So I have a chalkboard now with what all the emails and passwords are because I cannot trust me anymore. Mr. Mo looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know.
I would suggest not doing it on a chalkboard because, at some point one of the youngins is going to come in there and erase it so they can draw a picture of a stick animal and you'll go, that's not my password.
Well, then I'll just do what I always do, which is, did you forget your password? Yes. Random 3 that I use. And then you can't. Also, password people, y'all are assholes. Because if I've used it in rotation, it means that I can remember it. So don't tell me I can't put a password that I've already done previously used in there because I remember it. Why are you so mean to me?
I could go into all of that stuff. I mean, at some point in time, I might, but there's a reason why they do that. They don't want it to be easy.
Well,
oh my gosh.
I changed it from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, I didn't go full space balls.
I spelled password backwards, okay?
I added an exclamation point.
On the password. Oh my gosh. And someone says, happy Friday fish day, y'all. Oh, nice.
And
Thanks. Thanks.
then, Shizzy, have you seen this? This explains why I can't remember stuff, at least in my own mind. Alien DNA has been found inside humans. It was inserted into our genes. A new study says. Now, I think it's not bonkers because it explains me very well.
Yeah.
I have confirmation bias because this explains all of my weirdness.
You know,
Is it?
I would say that I don't think that it's alien DNA. I think that maybe, you know, if, and it's hard to explain this without, you know, getting the religious people all angry. But if there is where we're constantly genetically forming into something a little bit different, that would explain certain things. Because, you know, if you think about back in the earliest times, whenever man was first, you know, evolving, I guess that's the best way to put it, is that people were a lot shorter. And over time, they've grown a little bit taller. I mean, it could be aliens that caused that. It absolutely could be aliens because, you know, you got the grays that, you know, you see some people that look like that, you know.
I mean, to be fair, I think I'm reptilian because I like my heated, you know, chair, or a cat alien because I like kind of just laying in like a beam of sunlight and, you know, inviting Mr. Mo to give me belly rubs and then attacking him. I mean, I feel like I could be a cat alien.
You could be a cat alien.
I mean, it explains a lot.
A cat reptile mix. That would explain. Yeah.
A catillion?
Yeah. And you know
Alex
how
Jones,
cats
shut up. I trademarked that first.
catillion.
Just in case the ideas of aliens walking among us in human suits wasn't frightening enough, an outlandish new study asserts that aliens might have abducted us and inserted genes into human DNA, with fallout potentially affecting millions of people.
Well, I mean, you know, who was it? Wasn't it Genghis Khan that, you know, did a lot of breeding of his own seed? Let's put it that way.
He sowed his wild oats far and wide.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I might be related to Genghis Khan at this point.
Well, you know, that affected quite a few people, I believe, you know. Just because you call him daddy doesn't mean that he is.
That does explain the probing.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. But you think they would have gotten women instead of a bunch of men.
Well, they didn't know the difference. I mean,
Fair point.
you know, what it was is they saw the future and they're like, yeah, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between men and women anyway. So we'll just start with the easiest prey. All you got to do is show them something shiny and they follow you, you know.
Yeah. Humanity may be undergoing genetic transformation, said the lead researcher, Max Rempel, the founder and CEO of DNA Resonance Research Foundation. Now, the study has yet to be peer-reviewed. As you can imagine, the alien DNA. Now, I want it to be reviewed by the guy that does the ancient alien stuff with his wild hair.
Yeah.
Because God bless that man. We need to keep him safe because one day I want to go to an ancient alien con and just thank him for all of the belly laughs that he's given me over the years. Now, he came across this far-fetched seeming conclusion by analyzing the DNA from both regular people and those that have claimed to be abducted by aliens.
I guess it's better analyzing than analyzing. Just saying.
They'd signed a do not probe clause.
It'll tell us with aliens.
Now, they specifically analyzed 581 complete families from the 1,000 Genomes Project, discovering large sequences of DNA in 11 families that didn't appear to correspond to either family. You do understand that things can be recessive and passed down not quite linearly. I mean, I'm not a, geneticsologist, but
Well, and also you can have mutations inside the genetics. I mean, and those mutations can be caused by environment. For example, there's places.
5G.
5G. Yeah, exactly. No,
We
because
haven't
there's
heard much about that lately. I
well,
guess.
I mean, and if that's the thing, if your family tree goes straight up, then yeah, of course it's gonna, but you have to remember that great, 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 great grandpa might have not been your great, 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 great grandpa, or he might have been grandpa to a few other,
Grandchildren.
grandchildren that passed on those genes, and they couldn't, it's like, well, we don't understand why you have a white baby. Well, it's a genetic gene that got passed down, whenever grandpa decided, well, hey, she's cute and I like the way she moves in that little slave outfit.
Yep. I mean, honestly, I just like it because he's like, all of the sort of neurodivergent things everyone's talking about, ADHD, Asperger's, he's like, that's definitely because you're an alien. And it makes it much more easy for me to understand why I don't people well. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take Catillion DNA being weirdly inserted to my family rather than I lack social skills.
Just be careful, because you never know when that recessive gene is going to come out, and Mo's going to break out her anal probe and come after you guys. So just beware. If she's saying, listen, I don't know what's driving me to do this, but I'm breaking it out, you might want to run.
Yeah. I mean, 13-year-old Mo desperately hoped that I was like an ET left behind, and my family so I was like Jane Goodall amongst the mist, and I was simply here on like an observation, mission for humans, because I was at that age where I didn't understand why everyone lied to each other, because I didn't understand white lies. Like, you don't tell Marjorie that her ass looks huge in that. And I was
Yeah,
like, but her ass does look huge. It's really not flattering.
right. Yeah. Well, and you have to understand that women are the cruelest whenever it comes to that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
because and there's this one little, and I'm not going to show it because I can't find it, but there's this girl that's sitting there going, he totally dumped me and it's all me, and both of them are just, and of course it is her, and they're like, no, it's him, and you get these two guys in the background, they're just like women do this to other women. Because if they would have stopped and said, yes, it is you, there's an issue with you're too clingy or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
whatever that issue is, they could actually adjust the way that they behave and maybe find a suitable mate. But because women are cruel and mean, they tell them, no, it's all him. You're just fine the way you are.
You deserve better. Snap, snap, snap.
Yes, and then they get in another relationship and they haven't changed what their actions were. Now, guys, on the other hand, we're damn brutal to each other. It's like, it's like, no, it is your fault. It's like, you slept with all her friends, dude. like don't do that.
Well, on that same link, apparently the UK has put out, the benefits of first cousin marriage. I mean, I can kind of see it. You don't have to meet new in-laws. You already know everyone's favorite dish.
Now, who's the alien there? Because they ain't got none in their family.
But they're like, no, it's fine. First cousin marriage. A major health authority has pulled its recent report citing the benefits of first cousin marriage after it sparked a widespread backlash.
Well, I'm
who could have
sure
guessed?
I'm sure Elon Omar is going to be pretty happy about that. Wasn't her brother?
Yeah. The UK's National Health Service, NHS, came under fire after publishing guidance that expert claimed promoted intrafamily reunions despite well-documented concerns about the increased risk of birth defects in subsequent children. Yes,
Well,
years and years of consanguineous marriage will end up with flippers. We've seen the Habsburg. This is not like new news.
well, and sorry, it's going to get political here. So close your ears if you don't want to hear something political. This could be because of the large influx of immigrants that is allowed in the UK, where and they're
Yes.
in some of those cultures, it is actually promoted and looked well upon of those
Yes.
first cousin marriages or whatever. That might have something to do with it, and they're just trying to cater to people. I'd never marry any of my cousins ever. They're all idiots. Well, that's why they would marry you, because that's the thing.
Paid for by Tennessee.
No, the expert would never agree to that at all. No.
Endorsed by all royal families everywhere.
No, that would be true. That would be true.
Yes.
Maybe that's what they're trying to get at. It's like, no, it's okay. It's her first cousin, you know. She'll be
Now,
just fine.
Research cited in the article titled "Should the UK Government Ban First Cousin Marriage?" described various potential benefits of cousin marriage, including a stronger extended family support system and economic advantages.
In what reality are they looking at? Because that makes no sense.
No.
Okay, you know, how is it more economically sound whenever your kid has flippers and you have to keep them in a bath of vinegar or something just to keep them like breathing? I don't understand that. I mean, did anybody not read Geek Love? Come on.
No. But many people were quick to point out the report published by the NHS England's genomics education program last week failed to properly assess the risks associated with having children from a once removed relative. And it's not just like a couple people doing first cousin marriages. It is lineages full of first cousin marriages.
Right.
There's a compounding, effect every time you decide to date your aunt's kid.
Well, and also if there's a genetic anomaly, say for example, the child might be missing a digit or having an extra digit, your chances increase in something like that. So, come here, honey, let's make a Neff son. My sister's ex-husband's little brother married their first cousin and cranked out kids. They moved to Tennessee for that purpose.
Things that are too hillbilly for Indiana. Apparently cousin marriage, which I didn't think would be a line we wouldn't cross considering we're trying to poison the world with high fructose corn syrup. You're welcome.
This is such a bad idea on so many levels. Is the New York Times like trying to turn us into idiots?
No, this is the NHS. This is England's nationalized healthcare that is saying this. And New York
I know, but
Times
who gave you the story?
Well, the New
stories.
York Post was laughing at it because they're basically citing like air quotes what benefits.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm not seeing any benefits to this. I mean, the only benefit is sure I know this person because let's see, we grew up together. It's creepy. Sorry.
I mean, again, my only thing as an inside cat is I don't have to meet any new people. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to have that awkward engagement party where I learn all these people's new relatives. I know all of you. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? Glad to see you here.
Not only are you my aunt, you're my mother-in-law.
Yeah, that would make titles really weird. But you wouldn't need name tags because everyone knows the connections.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think about one of my friends whenever I lived in New Mexico. He was telling me that his family tree literally went straight up except for him because his mother cheated on his dad, brother, or something like that. It's weird, and he was just like, "Yeah, I was the only one in my family. I'm the only one in my family that branches off." Because the rest of them, it's pretty damn straight freaking tree, like first cousin kind of stuff. And it was just like he goes, it's no.
Yeah, no. Now, so the UK and other countries across Europe are taking, a legal stance that Australia made. Now, if Australia, the land of things that want to kill you and crazy, made cousin marriage illegal in 1961, What's stopping the UK and other European well, we know why it stopped, but it the risk for birth defects, again, that are a drain on the NHS are exponential when you've had years and years, because it's simply not just a new phenomenon. These are family trees that have stayed clannish.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it good. I almost had
I
to
don't
marry a
don't
first.
see anything good. Ooh, the Whitakers, America's most inbred family that speaks in grunts. And yes, we're clicking on that.
Yes.
Oh Lord, this does
Oh
look
yeah,
like
I
any place
remember
in
hearing about
Indiana.
that. There was a guy that did a documentary on that. That was yeah, he went out there and yeah, they're pretty messed up.
This
It's
is
just
terrible. Again, don't do this to your children, potentially. I know you love cousin Frederico, but your kids are going to end up dealing with this crap and being documentaries.
yes. And that's what it is. I mean, there's an actual documentary on this particular thing. The guy, the person that went
Yeah,
out there, he had to gain a lot of their trust because they didn't trust anybody outside. And it was, to say, hey, this is something real and it can be really dangerous. I mean, and these guys aren't putting on a show. It's not like they're
no,
joking around and trying to be funny, although they look like Mo, Curly, and I mean,
Larry.
yes,
But it's really sad. I mean,
yeah.
these people were robbed of the life they could have lived, because of all of the mutations and genetic stuff. And it looks like it's from the soft white underbelly. And the documentarian is Mark Latta
Yeah,
or
that's right.
Latia.
It's something like that. I've seen that documentary, and it's actually really sort of makes you like
It's
it'll bring.
heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking, especially whenever they're trying to communicate, and Mima here is like, these are her sons, nephews, whatever, and he's trying to ask questions and can't. Zombie Mo. Hills have eyes as well as Billy's.
Yes.
Mhm. How you
Yeah,
doing? You're very low. Oh, he'll be back.
he'll be back. He's like, not talking about cousin marriage. You disrespected Tennessee. We don't have that.
Who is Tennessee playing this weekend? I'm curious.
I don't know. I mean, not that I would know typically, but I really don't know today.
Well, and Georgia has a late game this weekend. I think we play at 7:30 tonight or Saturday, so it's gonna be weird. Dude,
Well, I mean, it's not cousin marriage, but she got some money off of NASA, so
hey,
hey. She saw a car-shaped object above a Texas farm and found a wayward hunk of NASA equipment in her.
I so this was something that must have been above the stratosphere or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, thank God no one was plowing or doing anything in the field.
Well, I mean, plowing would go with the last one we watched, wouldn't it?
Yes. It's a good thing she's in a fertile field. Maybe she can grow a space station.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Brought to you
Yes.
by Cousin Marriage NASA.
Cousin marriage NASA. I mean, that does not
This
look like her father. Just
the space station needs more Brondo.
Oh dear Lord. Not only did I oversleep, but as I was getting on, my browser decides, oh, we're going to update.
oh, did you
Oh,
So
experts?
I,
So
I, I couldn't hear a word you guys said when I
oh,
first came on.
well, and I will tell you, the expert is absolutely ecstatic today. It
Why?
started last night because
Uh-oh.
StreamYards has updated their software to now it supports Safari.
ooh.
Ooh.
Yes, he was so excited about
Well,
it. He
I'm
was,
sure he is because he's already challenged.
Yes.
So he needed something to make it simpler.
Oh, and I mean, because I saw the thing come up and I didn't think about it, but MG told him last night. He was just like, yeah, they updated the browser to support. He was like, no, and he left almost
Does the expert
immediately.
not
I'm
give,
sure he did.
get the little screen things on StreamYard, or does he just? Because
Well,
I got that too.
Bo, he
Well,
didn't pay attention to anything. Come on.
It came in yesterday, so he might have not logged in and done a
because he was
stream.
at mom's and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now,
And
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and the reason I overslept was we went to Dollywood yesterday.
Nice.
Ooh,
I was
nice.
exhausted.
As long as you got some cinnamon bread,
Hey,
that'll wake
we
you
got
up.
2 loaves of cinnamon bread sitting in the kitchen right now.
If I lived
glorious.
close to Dollywood, like Doctor Now would be visiting me, and the entire fire force would have to like cut out my window to like get me to Doctor Now.
Would they have to take you out with a crane like that one dude?
Yes.
Yes, yes, I would. Like you could barely see my feet. Like
Well, and after you get done with this story, Mo, you can share my screen. But go ahead with this story because it's
okay. When Ann Walter looked outside her rural West Texas home, she didn't know what to make of the bulky object slowly drifting across the sky. If I go out in Texas and I see something drifting across the sky, I am thinking we have declared war on Mexico. I'm going into a bunker.
Well, I mean, no. Think about this because we had a what was it? A Chinese weather balloon that was floating across the United States, and I think they finally shot it down, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
South Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the East Coast after it had gone from the West Coast to all the way through to the East Coast.
Yeah. And of course, the previous administration thought, hey, it's a good idea to just let it travel across the entire country.
Why
before we
not?
shoot it down?
I mean, I feel the distinct need to test the dog in this photo because I've seen the thing way too many times.
Oh, God.
It was the damn dog.
Sparky, you got to go. I'm sorry.
No, the dog probably is the one that found it, and drug it
She's
back
taking
to him.
credit.
Yeah, exactly.
She was more surprised to see it when it eventually landed in her neighbor's wheat field, a boxy piece of scientific equipment about the size of a sports utility vehicle attached to a massive parachute adorned with NASA stickers. She called the local sheriff's office and learned that NASA indeed was looking for the piece of equipment that had gotten missing. You're effing NASA. You don't have an air tag on any of this shit?
No, would they do
Funny how
that?
happens. It's
You
like
don't
we
have
have
even LoJacks or Nexstar on it?
yeah, we have all this great equipment, but then the government can't even track their own stuff.
Yeah, just a $30 or what? I don't know how much an air tag costs. Like what, $15 or something like that for his.
They had like Prime Days this week. They could have picked up a pack of 4 for nothing.
Yeah, and they could use the whole 4-pack on one of these things for how much they already spent. You can just put them in different places on there. So if you're like, well, I'm not sure if it stayed on there or it burned up as it was coming back into the atmosphere, but maybe one of them will survive.
They're lucky this landed in Texas, because if it had landed in Indiana, that would have been stripped for brass and copper in about 15 minutes.
Same thing. If it had landed in East Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you it had already been taken to the scrapyard.
That is sitting next to, that is an addition for a double wide somewhere if that landed in Indiana.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is our new
sunroom.
porch. We don't know if it's a toaster or a microwave, but it cooks popcorn really good.
Yeah, if it landed in Georgia somewhere, I guarantee it probably would have been turned into an actual SUV. Some redneck would have got a hold of that and been like, "Look, man, I got some new lifts for my car. This parachute, man, it keeps my brakes don't work no more, but damn, I got this parachute."
SUV, it looks like the size of a dually. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, it's crazy because when you're standing on the ground and seeing something in the air, you don't realize how big it is. Yes, that's how perspective works.
That's what I keep telling my wife too.
Why's it getting
You
smaller
use
as
the
it gets
wide
closer?
angle. Walters said she got a call from NASA's Columbia Scientific Balloon Facility, which launches large unmanned high-altitude research balloons more than 20 miles into the atmosphere to conduct scientific experiments. I think we should know about these scientific experiments. As a Catillion representative of the hybrid community.
No, because then they would have to turn around and explain why the birds are actually sitting on the power lines.
That is true.
A flock
And
of birds
why they
approached it and they
recently
didn't know why.
approved cousin marriage for all of their engineers.
Well,
Officials at NASA said it was, which is impacted by the ongoing government shutdown. Don't care. I mean, look.
oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Jack Buck
Please.
meow in the deep end. That's how you should come in tonight. Meow in the deep
Yes,
in the
I'll
deep
find
end.
little cat ears.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Now, the Hale County Sheriff David Conkrin confirmed that NASA officials called his office last week in search of the equipment. Again, you spend how many bajillions of dollars on these secret government things and you can't get a GPS locator? You couldn't tie one of those old brick Nokias on it, get location on that?
Yeah, those things you can't destroy.
No,
you
I
cannot destroy
tried
those
when they started coming out with the cool flip phones, and my mom was like, "The Nokia's okay." Like I tried to drop that shit down the stairs. Sorry, Mom. Didn't break. Like left a dent in linoleum at the school.
I've had the Nokia. I had the Razor.
God.
I had like the very first Android phone.
I had one of those razors, and they wouldn't let me update. This is pretty cool. Here we go.
If you jumped off the International Space Station, you might think you could skydive down to Earth. But the planet's gravitational pull means you would actually get stuck in orbit for years. And since you would be traveling at thousands of miles per hour, even the tiniest space rock would pierce you like a bullet. Now, if you somehow managed to dodge the debris, you would eventually get pulled back down to Houston, Texas, hot chicken, where our delicious hot chicken sandwich is the real gravity and is impossible to resist, from juicy chicken tenders to flavorful loaded fries and much more.
Sorry, I had to do it.
That's
Which is even
great.
funnier because I plan on going to Nashville today to get hot chicken.
That sounds really good. Now I want some KFC, which normally I'm like, oh no, no KFC. I would rather get gas station fried chicken.
It's better.
It's better.
It
Gas
is.
station, great. Fried chicken's so much better than KFC is like the bottom of the ladder. The very bottom rung.
Yes, it is.
Well, Gen Z is trying to see if they too could survive struggles like their forebears. Doing nothing is a lot harder than I thought. Gen Z is now raw dogging boredom. And here's why it's a good thing for them.
No. Why are you? Who are you raw dogging? That's not
No, raw dogging means they don't have their phone. They don't have any pad. They don't have anything to distract them. They're just supposed to sit there bored.
Okay,
and
that's
think.
not what raw dogging is. Just
No,
so you know.
I know. No, I know what it.
Just saying.
No.
They really
Look, I
need to
really just
change
picked it
that.
up because it said raw dogging in the headline.
Okay, I'm sorry, Gen Z. You're not going to make fetch happen.
Yes.
Yeah, you are not the Rosa Parks of boredom. Please stop. This is
Yeah.
It's called what normal people did before we had computers.
Yes. It's what we do on weekends and most weekdays.
The bad part is I'm so addicted to my phone. I don't know how I used to do it. When you go to a doctor's office or something and just sit there, I don't know how I was able to just sit there and occupy myself before the phone.
Well, yeah, now all the Reader's Digest are from 1989 because, it's all on readersdigest.com.
.com, yeah.
Oh,
So you get to read about Pat Sajak's cool new show, The Wheel of Fortune. I wonder if it'll be a hit.
I'll be right back.
This is putting a lot of effort into being lazy. It's called No, You Can Be Doing Stuff and Not Have Your Electronics. Gen Zers have devised a new way to mentally detox from the omnipresent digital distractions by undertaking challenges where they do nothing all day, as opposed to what they already do.
that's not getting away from the digital thing. That's like putting yourself in a predicament where you just become an addict. That's stupid. Like, here's the thing: find something skillful. I don't care if you're like making buttons or you're crocheting or building something out of wood. You need to find something that doesn't that requires some skill with your hands and your mind and not looking at the freaking internet. Most people have this, sorry for my generation. My wife, there'll be times I'll come in and she'll be just doing like some needlepoint, or she'll be, crocheting something, and she'll still have like something playing on Netflix or Apple TV or whatever, but she'll be, doing something that is has some sort of skill. So she can go like an entire week without ever looking at TikTok or whatever the hell it is, and do like something that she, gets some pleasure out of. Like I can't see that you're
an entire day just doing nothing. I mean, there's so many things that could get done. You could go outside. You could, take a walk. I mean, again, just trying to fix your attention span by doing nothing, that sounds like torture. That's the worst days for me are the days I can't even sit in bed and do like cross stitch.
Right.
I'm stuck there. So if you guys would like to learn, and I shared this earlier, but my patent pending, brain thing to do when I can't even do that is to think of the weirdest thing I can think of and think of it in minute detail. So this week it's been, what if aliens had human dress up fetishes? They'd be called humos. And
Oh God.
humans.
yes. And I just got into this whole scenario where Glip Glorp comes on to her son, Zag Zag's room, and he's got his My Little Human costume, and he's going to the con next week, and she's like, "You're one of those humos I've been hearing about."
Do we need to go for therapy?
Oh my
Yes.
God. You've got to pull up the trad son one, because that is by
Yes.
far the most disturbing crap, because it falls in line with that last one.
Wait, trad son? I
It's
know what
bad.
a trad wife is.
No, this is
No.
worse. This is so
Hub
much
sons.
worse.
Create your own Norman Bates.
Oh,
Stay-at-home
dear
hub
Lord.
sons are the trad wives of 2025, and their moms couldn't be more thrilled until that weird shower scene.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no. No, people.
this doesn't
No.
look like the start of some creepy Netflix movie. Also, why do you have a porn stash and a Dave Coulier mullet? What is going on here? I can tell you as a woman, I have never been less turned on.
Oh, it gets worse. See some of the people that they're talking about in this, because Mo sent this to me earlier, and I was like, oh my God, this is so horrible. Like, this is no, guys, no, just no.
No.
Like, there's
No.
nothing wrong with loving your mother, okay? Just not that way. There's nothing wrong with going by on the weekends or throughout the week to check in on her and make sure she's okay. But you need to have a life outside of mom.
Yes. Luke Parkhurst is living the dream. At nearly 34 years old, he's doing it jobless and rent-free at his mother's home. Also vagina-free, because he's never going to see one of those.
Oh, and he
'Cause-
talks about this too. He talks about this. I mean,
Yeah.
read on, because it's this guy's an idiot.
But this millennial spongy life on Easy Street doesn't come as a totally free ride. Instead, it comes with homemaking duties of a stay-at-home wife. Rather than loafing around all day, eating bonbons and scrolling through social media while Patty, a flight attendant, works, Luke is taking care of business around the home. I'm a stay-at-home son. You have less testosterone than I do, Luke said from Las Vegas, proudly telling the Post. I do the grocery shopping, the cooking for steaks for dinner, and clean the pool and fix things around the house. That's called a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom couldn't get a husband, so she bred a son to do this for her.
Well,
Now,
and you
he-
realize what the problem is, right? It's the mom.
Yes.
Yes. Dear
Because
God.
listen to what he says about
it-
dating.
Yeah, his is an unpaid, unproblematic position that's rising in popularity among Gen Z and Gen Y2K guys, calling a trad son or some a hub son, as Patty likes to call Luke. No, these are two very different relationships and they should never intertwine. Your
No.
husband is for some things, your son should be going out and living his own life.
Yes. And you should not be encouraging this, ladies, ever.
No.
This should
It's
be
a-
discouraged.
Also, it's trad wives. I wasn't a trad wife per se. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I worked harder in those 12 years than I did at a job. My job never ended. It's not a cushy job. Again, you are, being basically the lifeblood for an entire family. So all these people are like, oh, well, you just stay at home. Well,
No.
no, because as Mr. Mo is learning and has learned since he's retired, he's like, how do you keep up with all of this? And I said, I did it for 12 years. It's
Yeah.
just, you don't sit down as much as you think you do.
No. And it's because you're constantly having to, and you're see, this is why home ec was so good in such a sense, because people were just like, oh, well, it's because, the misogyny or some shit like that. I was like, no, I learned more in home ec than I learned through the rest of school, because it gave me skills that you don't learn in school. It gave you how to balance a checkbook, that money, the money that's on your credit card, you actually have to pay back. It's like a loan, those kinds of things.
Oops.
Oops.
Now, let's see. Trad sons like Luke, a former door-to-door solar salesman, ditched his $170,000 job and moved back into Patty's place this summer. Now, they claim they aren't leeching off of mommy and dad. They're actually earning their keep by doing housework, running errands, and maintaining, their kept status.
Okay.
It's a Cinderella's.
In this guy's particular situation, all right, the mom's a flight attendant, right? So she's probably never home. So he's basically doing stuff on his own. All right. Where's the dad?
Well, I think by the apron we see him wearing Dad's not around.
Yeah.
Because Dad would have stopped
See
that
the
shit.
problem, folks? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I from looking at all of the pictures of these trad husbands or whatever they're calling them, looking at each one of them, I guarantee you that they I don't see that women find them attractive. They very what did we call it back in the 90s? Called a metrosexual, where you couldn't really tell what
He
they.
looks like a serial killer.
He does.
He,
Looks
I'm
like
sorry.
Ned Flanders brought to life.
Yes. Yes.
He looks
just
like
put the glasses on him. He's Ned Flanders.
he looks like he has the muscle tone of my little sister. Okay. Like, I don't think he's ever done a day of actual hard work in his life.
No. Let's see. It's a pretty good gig. I'm worried about being called a loiterer at some point, according to another one of these, trad sons, explaining that he is perceived as freeloading, but it isn't free. Instead, his trad son job description requires him to keep a pack of elderly aunts entertained and go to the bar Golden Girls style,
What?
I play, cards with 3 of my retired aunts and we play gin rummy. It's a grueling business. They're cutthroat.
Yeah.
Oh,
How I'm just curious how gay this guy actually is.
Really, really.
I think he's asexual.
In April 2025, a report via Pew Research revealed that men within this range are more likely to reside with their parents than women, partially due to rising unemployment rates.
No.
No, this is child rearing. You have not
had a
given your child
job.
the skill
Yeah.
to stand on his own.
Yeah, dude had actually had a job, a well-paying job, but he was a door-to-door salesman. You know, here's the thing: if you don't like the job the work that you're doing, or whatever career path you're on, there's a thing called find another job.
Yeah, and we have prolonged this kidult stage of life. Now, maybe it's the way I was raised, but when I was 21, I was a kid old. But then I had a child, and then I was a full adult, and I didn't do any of this kid old stuff.
I mean, I left home at 15, so
I was about to say the pioneers would say you stopped being a kid at 12. Come on.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
pretty much, yeah. No.
So, a psychologist and author instead believes that mooching off of mom and dad movement is an effect of our troubled society. No, it's a bad parenting. This
Yes.
is bad parenting. No, I'm trying to get to the dating part.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
It's hilarious.
I'm trying.
Oh, please.
Oh, please. Do.
Well, it's just a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea, and no woman wants to say, "Hey, you want to come back to my parents' house?"
No, and I think it's the first one that's talking about it. He says he's basically saying, you know, it is right after that last part that you read, where he says, you know, how do you tell your girlfriend that you're coming home to mommy, that you live with your
Yeah,
mommy
that's-
still? And I'm
that's
just
it.
like exactly. It's like no respectable woman is going to think that's okay. They're going to go, there's something a little creepy about you okay, I'm getting Norman Bates vibes, and good luck with your life.
Well, yeah, because no woman wants to have to compete with a guy's mom.
Bingo.
None.
A woman does not want to compete with another woman over a man. She
No.
can't compete with his mother.
No.
And she can't compete with, if this is his only way to support himself, you know, they are beholden to the parents, and no woman likes that.
Yeah. That's the biggest problem is
That's why they recommend you get your own house and you cleave to your husband and wife, you know, you hold on to each other and don't go to mom's house.
Well, and I see this becoming a really bad thing in the future because, okay, dad's not around, obviously. So what is this woman that could be the woman of his life, his meaning, his, you know, purpose for getting up and doing something prosperous. So then what happens with this woman that's, you know, all of a sudden she's starting to age out. So what does she do? She gets knocked up by some guy like this that's going to live at home with his mom. And then she starts the cycle all over again, this other woman, because, you know, he's not there. He's taking care of his mom.
And there's a balancing act that goes on in every marriage, you know, like Mr. Mo's mom passed away, and we did have a lot of focus on her for a while, but we still had our own independent family things going on. And so there is that give and take, but, you know, there's also that, hey, our house, you know, is working for us right now. And, you know, even if I had the capacity now to watch her and be helpful with all of her medical stuff, I
Right.
don't know that I would be able to do it as well. So there are those things, but a woman, a wife, especially me, wants me to be the priority. Because one day it's the same thing, you know, with wives and husbands. When the kids are fussing, I try not to argue with Mr. Mo in front of them, because eventually one day those kids are going to leave, and I don't want them using one of us versus the other.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, we, you know, walk away, come like, can I talk to you? And then we go out and, you know, we might not agree, but I'm not going to, you know, publicly in front of the kids disagree with him.
Right. Oh,
And
it's
that's
just
what marriage is. This is such a bad idea. Do not make your son a trad son.
no, no. Hey, share my screen because this is another thing you shouldn't do. Just saying. So
Relationship advice.
this taboo sex act could save your relationship, an expert insists. Catalyst for conversations. This is a big no because it says, what the cuck? Sleeping around might seem like the ultimate relationship killer, but it could actually have the opposite effect, according to an unconventional sexpert. Okay. I will tell you this unconventional sexpert is this right here. No,
How
just
high on
no.
the hodacity level do you get to be? Like, at what number level do you get to be a sexpert? I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, and she says the skinfluencer who frequently shares sex tips for her over 57,000 Instagram followers. No, just no. She was in a cuckolding relationship herself and did wonders for her love life. The now Bristol resident, well, that explains a lot, wants to usher in this taboo behavior into the mainstream. Why? So she can have an excuse to cheat on her husband, boyfriend, whatever. Now, Winters claims that the practice benefits women by having the third party pleasure them physically while their boyfriend or husband or whatever offers emotional support.
What?
She
What?
said this counter.
Does he bring like Gatorade in case she gets low on electrolytes? Does he wipe her face, like hose her down? What
Well,
kind of
no.
emotional
Does he give the other guy tips? Oh, she doesn't like that. You'll have to do it this way.
to the left. That's sweet spot.
It gets into that part too. She said this counterintuitive seemingly kink helps reintroduce the curiosity in a safe, structured way. There's nothing safe or structured about that.
No.
Winters said that stimulated extramarital affair can help couples confront simmering feelings of jealousy. No, just no. If you're,
I guarantee they're already there.
yeah.
Guaranteed.
She has a
There is a
dude face,
little bit
too.
of jealousy in every relationship.
And
Just telling you.
she's trying to put her best nose forward. Just saying. For me, other women for me and many other women, penetration is important. She said maybe a woman is with someone who they love and is a good partner, but doesn't satisfy them sexually as well as someone else might be able to. This is still a no. Like I said, she puts her best nose forward. In fact, she dismissed accusations that cuckolding is a glorified form of philandering, claiming that this philandering can foster nurturing and quite a loving dynamic between a couple. No, and just no.
Does it work both ways? Is he allowed to bring other women in while she watches?
Or
is
what?
this just for her?
It seems to me that
Can a woman be cuckolded?
yes,
I don't-
yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. She's saying
Okay.
that she was, and it gave her so much. That's why she's still single. You can't just throw out the idea and expect your partner to be on board. Start by opening the conversation gently. Don't frame it as a problem to solve, but as a desire to deepen connection.
Oh, it's a
If the
problem.
partner,
So I just go up to Mr. Mo with like these two Halloween masks. Like, look, I kind of like to imagine you as someone different. So just wear one of my wigs, sweetheart.
No, that's different. That's role play.
that's role play.
Oh, okay. Well,
Now-
but she said ease into it slowly. So I start with the wigs
Okay.
and then
You start
Yeah.
with putting the mask on him, and then it's like, let's try a completely different body. Put the mask on, and then we'll take the mask off.
it's like at the end of Deadpool when he stapled Patrick Dempsey
Yes.
to his forehead.
Yes.
Now, some cuckolding devotees have espoused the virtues of this stigmatized tradition. Or it's kind of like letting your friend test drive your car, explained one husband
No.
and proud
Okay, Jack
cuckold.
Murphy.
No, his name is Logan, so it could be Jack Murphy.
No, it'd be more like having your friend jerk off in your new car.
Yeah, he says he gets to see how well it rides. You get to give it back, but it creates a sense of pride. You get a little taste of what my life is like. No, you don't get to taste what my life is like. That is my life. You go make your own and not on mine.
It
Look,
isn't a Jeep. Do you put a duck on the headstand too? Like, what's this? What are we doing?
Oh my God. For every guy, there's a new duck on the damn duck nightstand.
Not seriously thinking about putting a bunch of ducks on my headstand now,
Oh,
but
dear.
looking at how I could buy in bulk.
Look, I'm going to give you all a piece of advice. It is exactly what I told Diva when we first started dating. I don't share.
No,
No,
I don't share anything.
no, it doesn't happen. No.
look, I don't even want to share my French fries with Mr. Mo sometimes, let alone have
Hey,
some.
but you'll steal one of his, won't you? Won't you?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
it's called
It's always
equality
about
in
y'all, isn't
marriage.
it? Jeez.
Yes. Yes. Have you noticed that the snapped episodes with women are much more, when they're hangry, are much more violent?
I've lived it, for crying out loud.
And of course, they're trying to say that this is a good thing. No, you're talking about someone that's a TikTok influencer that wants to, like, basically, get banged by as many guys as she possibly can, and wants to have an excuse for saying her body count is high.
Yes.
It's like this one that I saw where this guy goes, they're doing one of those on the street interviews, and they go up to this girl and it's like, well, how many women have you been with at one time? And this guy's like, one. And they turn to the girl and she goes, 10 in one night.
Yeah.
And he looks at her and is like, what? And she goes, yeah, that was before you. That doesn't make it any better.
No.
It's like, she's thinking that, it was before you. It doesn't change that you.
Can we go
Yeah.
back to the term hoe being a bad thing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the Olympics a thing, but no one will sponsor me except for that one WNBA, if guy who keeps throwing those, and I mean, I accept
Throwing
his
the toys
funding.
on the court. Yeah.
Miss Jackbug eats my fries all the time. Annoying, but she has 50% of the money and 100% of the hot body. So I'll allow it. That's right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It just
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. But you're
It
not going to
does.
allow her to, go ride in your friend's car.
You cannot drive my car ever. Don't even touch it,
No,
or I will
and
do bad things.
And I would think, I mean, like when I'm wearing a cute outfit, I mean, and I'm with Mr. Mo, he always says, yeah, that looks really cute. And I'm sure it is a bit of an ego boost that people randomly
Yeah.
stare at me or watch us go by. But that doesn't mean I'm watching them. I'm usually paying attention to Mr. Mo and trying to remember where I left him in the store. So he doesn't call me because I'm listening to something on my audiobooks and I'd rather not be disturbed.
Look, every woman likes for a guy to notice that they look good.
Exactly.
If they
Yes.
got dressed up, put on good makeup, not like clown makeup, and they're out in public and guys notice them, women love that. It's a huge ego boost. But
Right.
that don't mean they want to do anything with them.
No.
No,
They just
I
like
have-
the attention. It's
Right.
like the old saying about how women don't dress up for guys. Women dress up for other women. Yeah, because they're
Yes.
competing against the other women.
Right. Doesn't mean that you're supposed to act on them dressing up.
Yeah.
No.
This is something that they haven't learned yet. Some guys don't understand this. Just because she is looking attractive doesn't mean she's looking attractive for you.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, there's some mornings when Diva walks out the door to go to work, I'm like, you can't leave. You cannot go out into the world looking like this.
We got something to take care of. We're
Either
going to
one
mess
of
you up a
two
little bit.
Either one of two things needs to happen. Either number one, you're going to be late for work, and you know why, Or number two, you're going to have to change that outfit.
Yeah, Mr. Mo, when I'm getting ready for, he's like, well, you're looking rather nice. And I was like, wait till after the stream, then you can mess it all up. I just spent 15 minutes trying to get my eyes 3 different colors with like 27 different brushes. Like, I understand this is something that, you know, the makeup industry has pushed on me, but wait, then I don't have to put it back.
Hey, there have been some mornings where I'm like, you need to go home because otherwise you will be late. I promise you. You will be late. Might be 5 minutes, but you'll be late.
Oh
She
my
should
God.
just say, you know, traffic.
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 It's
Her
horrible.
hair's all wind blown. You don't own a convertible. I had the windows rolled down. It's 98 degrees outside. Air conditioning broke. That's why you're sweaty. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Hair's just
That's like when my kids, I mean, now that they're all in school, but you know, when they were younger, they'd be like, where is dad? Our door is locked. And I'm like, I don't know. Go look down in the basement.
he's probably out in the yard somewhere.
Is he mowing? I hear the lawnmower. We'll go check outside. Oh, and I look to Mr. Mo. I'm like, you have about 3 minutes to finish whatever it is you want to do, because they will be back. Or if it's payday, we like rent a new movie,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, we've got to go discuss like adult stuff. And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, but why do you always lock your door when you're discussing stuff? I was like, because I get angry and mean. And they're like, that explains some of the noises. I was like, shit.
That's why are you always hitting the wall, Mom?
It sounds like you're jumping on the bed. We're getting a trampoline. We were trying to test out whether the bed or a trampoline would be better.
We're gonna say with the bed, don't jump on the bed.
Yeah. We were trying to teach you guys how not to do that. And they're like, yeah, but when you're done talking and you're all angry with each other, Dad comes out with a big smile. because I'm a good wife.
You'll learn this in about 10 years.
He's like, you both go in there and you don't seem angry, but then Dad comes out with a big smile. You're a good wife. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Yes, I am.
That reminds me. So we went to Goodwill and we took our 2 youngest, most feral children. And Mr. Mo sometimes forgets they're in the back of the seat. So he's like, we could have a ball. You know what kind of ball I'm talking about. And the boys are like, do you mean bowling? And I was like, yes, immediately.
bowling.
We're going to a new bowling theater.
We're going to be knocking down some stuff, kid. Daddy.
Oh my God. Oh,
So for News House Rock today, we may have a story that's getting us directly sent to hell.
yeah.
That being said,
It's not
none
going to
of-
be for that. Come on. The list is long and dignified.
No, for this
Well,
one
you
we
say
might.
that now.
You go ahead and yeah. Yeah.
But it's definitely not safe for work. And I'm already going to Hades because I read the headline and I started giggling. Which, so
Look, from the headline alone, if she had just had a trad son, this never would have happened.
yes,
She
this is
probably
what happens
did.
when you don't have a trad son.
Exactly.
A woman celebrated her 100th birthday, then passed away when her clothes caught fire while cooking. What was she cooking? A woman who just celebrated her 100th birthday passed away after being engulfed in flames when her clothes caught fire while cooking in her home. Now, Renetta Janisi marked her centenary, or her 100th birthday, on October 4th with a celebration that included cake, flowers, and congratulations from the mayor and local community in Carpentino Romano, Italy. Now, tragically, just 4 days later, the retired school teacher passed away in a kitchen fire. On October 8th, firefighters and Italian police rushed to her apartment after neighbors reported a blaze. However, upon their arrival, the fire had already spread and rescuers could do nothing. Initial investigators found that her clothes probably caught fire while she was preparing a meal, and she was unable to escape. Her home didn't show any signs of forced entry and was locked from the inside. Now, her body was taken to the polyclinic in Rome, and the property was placed under seal for further investigation.
Polytechnic, what?
The Polytechnic
Technical
Clinic,
college? What is this?
the DeVry Clinic.
The DeVry Clinic for
There you go.
fires?
There you go.
Yes. Now, Renata was born in 1925 and spent her career teaching generations of children to read and write, and was described as a living part of the town's history. The municipality had honored her on October 4th, writing on Facebook, those who have lived a long and full life represent, like teacher Renata Genesi, a small piece of the history of Cupertino. And Zach says, when you turn 100 in England, you get a letter from the king. Also, when you turn 15, you get a DM.
Oh, God. That's awful. That's awful.
And possibly Fergie, too. I mean, now that some things are out
Fergie,
about her best friends.
Oh,
I like the Duchess of York.
She's a redhead.
Redhead. Just saying.
She's the emblem of longevity. All this becomes funnier when... Okay, if you have really dark sense of humor, because if you're me, I was laughing hysterically during this article. If you're not a Catillion, maybe you have a soul and you find the sad. It comes after a trailblazing woman who attributed her longevity to not having the stress of a husband died at age 108, just 4 days after celebrating her 100th birthday in February. Now, so basically a husband might make you die sooner, but once you hit 100, he can cook for you.
Yeah.
you can cook for yourself.
I mean, yeah, so the oldest person currently living right now is a 113-year-old Brazilian named Yoho Marino Neto.
Yo ho.
Well, look, how would you say this? Because
No, could be easily yo ho.
She's a pirate.
She's a pirate. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum.
yeah, but if the community was really supporting this woman, why was she still, having to cook for herself? Why were her,
That's
things?
my problem.
If they were honoring her, why not have people make a, meal train? Like, you know what? You've done plenty. You've educated our kids. How about we make a meal train for you? My wife cooks too much. I mean, they're all Italian. They should all be overfeeding.
In
Don't
her
have
younger
meals on cobblestones over there. I mean, what the hell?
in her younger days, she probably had enough of trains.
She couldn't quite get her OnlyFans running.
She was trying to get her GILF site going.
Yes.
No, it's her gilf side. At 100 years old. Oh my God.
Let the granny take care of you.
All right.
I
Here
know
we
all
go.
the secrets.
So we did, Mo, she sends me these stories, and it's always my wonderful pleasure to create them and the songs for them. So enjoy, everybody. It's an ode to
I'm so good.
Only Grams. It's an ode to this lovely lady that was taken from us too soon. It's called Fired Up.
100 years. Cake, candles, the mayor, the works. She survived fascism, menopause, and middle schoolers. A century of cooking. Asked for a fire, and she got the works. Renata hit 100, the town threw a bash. Got flowers, applause, and municipal cash. She smiled for the camera, all grace and flair. Didn't know an ex-party would light up the air. She taught kids letters, verbs, and some. Now mama too far. Haven't caught her up with a funeral pie. No burglars, no crime, just culinary doom. One spark and presto, gone kaboom. She got fired up. The pasta was done, but so was she. Yeah, hotter than the sun. Neighbor smelled smoky, yelled Mamma Mia. Fireman rolled in like a Roman idea. They kicked the door, but fate had click lock. The lady and the lasagna both done a clock. Some say she went out doing what she adored, cooking, cursing, and smoking. Oh Lord, she lived through Mussolini, 2 Pope, 3 wars, but that gas stove had different scores. Lucifer shrugged, send her to choir. St. Peter checked the list, said she's on fire. She got fired up, no flame retardant gown. The hottest acting all uptown. If irony paid, she'd still be rich, 'cause life's crazy and fire's a bitch. She got fired up, went out in style. The devil applauded. Been a while. So here's to Renata, the centenarian spark, who made a statement and lit up the dark. If you reach 100, here's a tip: stick to salad, skip the flame, and go for a dip.
At least it's not the happy and cheerful one that I had at first.
Yes. That was a little, I was like, it's a little too peppy for in the grand tradition of Granny got run over by a reindeer.
Oh, and Fall Storm, you are muted. So if you're trying to talk or maybe cry, I can understand.
He's on the call with his local pastor. Like, look, I don't know any of them. Like, as I said, I am loosely affiliated, not associated with these people. Please don't make your sermon around me today.
I mean, it was, and I don't know how these come to me other than Mo sends me a story and I'm just like, and you guys get my dark humor.
Yes. Because I even sent him, I was like, I don't know if this is too dark, but I found it hilarious.
You know, on second thought, y'all might be going to hell for that one.
Probably.
Look, I have probably the most dark, twisted sense of humor, probably of any of us on the panel, and I was just like, this just feels wrong.
Well, but don't you feel better about yourself for not being as evil a person as both Shizzy and I?
Well,
also, I'd like to blame my Cat-Tillian DNA. So
okay. At least you're not one of the lizard people.
I mean, it's a hybrid thing, Cat-Tillian. I don't know if I'm a cat or a reptile. So until it's, bared out by my DNA tests, watch it come back 100% human. And I'm like, oh crap, now I have to actually take responsibility for my poor communication skills.
Oh, God forbid.
Well, of things that never needed to happen, a ridiculous manicure is trending based on an 80s style camel toe shoe that is infuriating everyone. This is horrendous.
What? There's a lot in that headline.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that headline.
So this is the shoe that is inspiring these. Now, I always thought they looked like goat hooves.
You mean the ninja shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what women are doing to their nails.
They're splitting their nails.
Like
what?
Yeah. To make camel toe nails as you do.
Hold on. I got Diva in the room with me. So these women are splitting their nails. It's a nail trend. The look I'm seeing right now.
So
It's the same look I
next they're going to be splitting.
She said, imagine the toe fungus.
Well, I'm just curious, if so, are they dressed camel toe from head to toe?
They've got the really tight mom jeans, the tabby boots, and the camel toe. At least they're all
the stuff they
matching.
get caught on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a no. I mean, even this woman who did it only on, maybe they've got more. They did it. Oh, come on. Stop being a pain in my ass. They're not showing the pictures because this should be against humanity. I'm bringing this up to the Geneva Convention. Women need to be stopped.
You need to go back to spa. They do a horrible job. You come in, I fix.
I mean, I will say that I always feel really intimidated at the nail salon because it's one of the women that do the tattoo eyebrow, and they're like, "You have no eyebrow. I tattoo for you. I look just like me." And I don't want to tell her that I've never ever needed less wire hangers in my life. So that's not the look. I was like, could you make me look angry all the time so I don't get the wrinkles so my kids would listen to me? Because I'd be interested in that. But usually you look shocked and horrified.
Yeah.
And lopsided.
Show a picture of Faye Dunaway from Mommy Dearest. Can you make me look like this all the time?
Yes. Also, I mean, imagine like just wiping your hind end.
Yeah, that would be the other problem too, is taking care of
you leave little hoof tracks
sanitary
instead of
operations. Yeah.
You just use it as a snag.
I think it's just the fingernails. It's not the toes, right? Yeah.
I don't know if this is a toenail trend either. I think feet are gross, and I don't, pay money for people to touch my feet and work on them because I feel like that moves into the fetish area. I'm like,
Diva said it's going to work its way to the toes. This becomes a thing.
It will.
It's going to work its way to the toes, and then everybody's going to have hooves.
Well, what's to say they don't already have hooves?
Yeah,
I know. I was about to
have
say,
hooves.
considering my Walmart locally, I can't rule out that we don't have some equine, crossover already.
You see Becky Sue running around in her flip flops with her split toenails.
I love this guy. He is awesome.
I got my coffee. I want you to test out your new mug. Here, open this up. You just pour your coffee in that mug.
Damn, coffee cost more than the mugs.
And tell Ruben how much you appreciate him.
Not worth a fuck.
Hold on.
A fucking dollar fucking mug, coffee cup, and we got to buy the fucking coffee to go in it, and you didn't put a damn thing in it. You could have put something in the damn thing.
For real. Is this Memphis?
Ain't that shit hotter than a motherfucker, man?
You like your mug? Look, it changed colors.
Son of a bitch.
Turn it around.
You son of a bitch. You and Ruben, fuck you and Ruben. Both of y'all dog good, ragged ass motherfuckers gonna send me a fucking cup with a motherfucking man on it. You ain't shit, Ruben. Son of a bitch. Man, that don't make no damn sense. What the fuck y'all take me to be?
Well, that's Ruben right there.
Put that motherfucker back in there and send it back to Ruben. I'm drinking out of it.
I got my...
Yeah, that's Memphis.
Where do I get that mug to send to my mom for no reason?
Ruben on it.
No, you need one of them that has a picture of you, so when it warms up, it shows your face.
And it says, "At least I'm not Charlie Sheen."
Hey, Charlie Sheen has reformed himself. Give him some grace.
Oh God! When I saw that, I was like, I've got to share that with Mo. And
Yes.
oh,
Well, we might finally have learned what killed Bruce Lee, and apparently it wasn't, it was drinking too much water.
Well, he said be like water. So,
Or, I always thought that there might have been something, like maybe that 1-inch punch thing wasn't real, so he faked his own, unaliving and then went underground. Doctors believe that they have discovered the mystery behind the brain swelling that caused Bruce Lee's death. The legendary martial artist and actor died in Hong Kong on July 20th, 1973, at the age of 32 from brain swelling. What doctors say now is it was caused by drinking too much water. Again, they propose things, they don't actually know things, but it is known that you can you can get water poisoning. You can drink so much water that it lowers your potassium and your heart stops, but I've never heard of brain swelling. We proposed that the kidney's inability to excrete excess water killed Bruce Lee in an upcoming edition of Clinical Kidney Journal. I mean, the crossword puzzles in there are fun, you guys. Definitely get your copy. Ironically, Lee made famous the quote, "Be water, my friend," but excess water appears to be what ultimately killed him. So his foe was never the other kung fu people, it was always H2O.
no.
The deadliest foe ever. Now, at the time, doctors believed that the brain swelling was due to a painkiller, but nearly 50 years after Enter the Dragon's iconic death, researchers showed that he likely died of hyponatremia or natremia, a low concentration of sodium in the blood, which can be caused by too much water or fluid intake.
Yeah, and I mean that's happened to people before. Like they try to do some competition to see who can drink the most water, and what'll happen is it cuts down on the body's ability to actually process it. And I don't buy this for a second because I mean the autopsy found that he was high as fuck. Sorry.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it could have also been water and meth. I mean, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like the people during the Coof, the beer bug, where, the guy was on a motorcycle and slammed in the back of an 18-wheeler, and because he had the Coof, they put it down as he died with the beer bug.
True.
Yeah. Well, but it's like you drink water to hydrate, but then if you drink too much, it washes out all your electrolytes, and you're kind of screwed.
Right.
Which is why I say, why not we just, count the water in Coke Zero, which my doctor said is not a thing. Apparently, yeah.
Well, and what isn't that one of the sayings in the old ancient culture? Flow like water, not.
He got his mouth with water. Yep, that's what did it.
It wasn't baking powder or soda; it was water.
Look,
just like
Bruce Lee was from China. He didn't need meth. He had traditional methods of getting high.
Just true.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I just pulled it because they said that they had a definitive reason, and then if you read in the article, they're proposing a reason. I hate when articles do that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Named and shamed.
God, his mouth.
There's a Lost in Space version.
The Sprout Loss.
Out in a trailer park under neon moonlight, a pickup broke down and now we're stuck tight. Maureen's baking cornbread, John's fixing the roof. Dr. Smith's scheming again, I got the dang proof. Judy's painting hubcaps, Penny's racing bikes, Will's got the robot chugging Pabst on Spike. Danger, Bubba, danger. The mullet cruising
getting bigger.
Dawn's grilling roadkill on a cosmic propane flame. Dr. Smith's faking injuries, yelling know the pain. Will's got questions, robots yelling does not compute. John's playing banjo in his camo space suit. Meteor showers rain, but we just crack a beer. Aliens think we're nuts, then they disappear.
Sprout laws.
The mullet cruising fly. Danger, Bubba, danger. We're rednecks lost
Now I want to see a Star Wars version.
I
The
do.
sad thing is, I've seen all of those mullets in my local everyday life, just in my town. I'm like, fee mullet, kid mullet, 80s mullet. It's like Pokemon. I can collect them all.
Believe me, I saw enough of them in Dollywood yesterday.
I bet you did.
I think it was like Locals Day yesterday or something.
Oh my God. Philippine shipwreck?
Victim clung to a sea turtle initially thought to be an oil drum for 2 days. How do you mistake a sea turtle for an oil drum for 2 days?
Well,
Jack Sparrow did it.
yeah.
Over half a century ago, a 52-year-old shipwreck victim clung to life using a sea turtle as a life raft. Back in 1974, a gentleman who was one of 277 passengers aboard a ship that caught fire and sank off of Zamboanga in the Sulu Sea. I mean, I would totally go to Zamboanga. That being said, I can't pronounce it. Located about
Sulu Sea. I'm sorry.
600 miles south of Manila, Philippines. As she struggled to survive in the water, the sea turtle actually swam up to her and she climbed on top of it, according to a 51-year-old report by the United Press International. Now, she reportedly rode atop the turtle's shell for nearly 2 days before being rescued by the Philippine Navy ship RPS Catalina on June 4th, 1974. A Navy spokesperson told the news that when it was spotted, rescuers believed that she was clinging to an oil drum and didn't realize that it was actually a sea creature until she was pulled from the water. I mean, are we now coming up with a new sea Uber? Like, we'll just attach ourselves to turtles?
Well, it worked.
I mean, and until it wants to go, dive and get some food, just better hope that it comes back. If not, well, you might be treading water before you find another one.
I'm like, how do you confuse the shape and the texture of a sea turtle with an oil drum?
Unless it was like a rusty one or something.
I guess.
What do y'all do? Yeah, because it's kind of bumpy. It's not at all barrel shaped.
Yeah.
There's flippers from the outside of it. The Navy
This
was
oil
like, it
drum's
was an
propelling
oil drum.
itself.
Now this you have to understand there's music along with this, and all you just have to picture is, and I'll give you the first few bars of it so you sort of understand why it won't be played. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the music that's going along with it. That's all I needed to do. That shouldn't get you in any trouble. It was short enough. This right here is how to get rid of squatters on your property, farmer style. Now you have to understand that this is a thing in France, that these people will pull up on your property, and they're like a roving group of gypsies, and they break into people's houses and crap like that.
And this is why we have the Second Amendment.
And this is what you do when you don't have the Second Amendment, is you pull up there with fertilizer trucks, probably with pig poop.
Oh, yes.
And the smell is atrocious.
That
Can
is
confirm.
awesome.
Let me in. It smells out here. Yep. And they're trying to chase them down. It's like, you don't want to mess with one of these tractors.
No.
But this is how they're having to get rid of the squatters, is the smell becomes so atrocious that they move on.
And fertilizing your field. So
Yeah,
two
it's
for one.
it's their field. And I mean, you can't really tell, but that looks like this guy has either a Ferrari or some sort of Camaro, but a high-end sports car. These people are just basically pulling up and camping out on their property. It's fermented pig poo. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I thought that was absolutely like one of the best things that I saw all week. I was like, that is glorious. That is how you treat these people.
Yes. I wouldn't try that in anywhere in America, though, because usually farmers are not that happy with people going into their fields. And we do have the Second Amendment. So just wouldn't try that here. I always have to explain to people
that might be more effective.
True.
And I have this one, but I have it muted because it says, boss, you need therapy. Me? No, I don't. Clearly this guy does not need therapy. Look at him go. Look at him go. This is beautiful. Oh, maybe he does. Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
Yeah. He was doing good there for a minute.
Picks up all their mail.
Picks up their mail, throws it in there.
Yep.
Hey, at least he's doing his job. He's cleaning up all the garbage.
Threw
on
the
the
trash can away too.
Yes, all of it. It was just like, I'm done with you peoples. Oh,
How'd you like to come home with that of an evening? Where's everything?
I'd be like, I can't pay my bills. My mailbox gone. I don't know how to fix the system, Your Honor. One day my mailbox was here and now it's gone.
I don't know what happened. How do I pay my bills?
We have come to the part of the part of the show where we figure out who did what crime.
And
My favorite segment.
we've got fleeing or attempting to elude, driving while intoxicated, murder, forgery, and battery.
How did we get Gretchen Whitmer in the middle?
I was kind of thinking the same
Attempted
thing.
kidnapping. Wait a minute. Do we have that?
No, it's fleeing or attempting to elude. I would say right here, she's in orange, but I could be wrong. It could be any one of them.
I know.
I mean, that one right there. You put this here and you're like, yep, every single one of them could be guilty of that. Just
See, I'm thinking the one in the pink cami because
Yeah,
her
I was
husband
thinking
didn't
that
share
too.
his fries.
Okay. All right. So now we go to fleeing or attempting to elude. Which one?
I'm going with the half-shouldered bear because she's still trying to work that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a sweet girl and I have boobs.
Okay. And
It's either that or DUI.
yeah, it's well, and then of course we come up with forgery. Who do you think would do forgery?
Yeah.
The
I
metal
mean, I think the orange did the forgery
Yeah.
because
forgery. Okay. Then we come to battery.
yeah,
Blonde.
both of those, they all seem like they're guilty of all.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all capable of all of these crimes.
Yes.
You know,
I'm thinking the one in the middle.
Yeah, because she's all put together. Her husband probably stood in her
that's
light
why.
as she
That's
was-
why I think it's the blonde that did the battery.
You think the blonde did the battery? All
Yeah.
right. I would
does have an
disagree with you,
angrier
but
face.
she does have a
Okay.
little bit of an angrier face, driving while intoxicated. And I mean, like every single one of these that I see, I could see each one of them doing.
Yes,
See,
that's the problem.
Either the blonde did battery, or you would switch her with forgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
I
looks
was
like she might work in an office, so it might be forgery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the one in orange could have battered her husband, the cops. Like,
Or-
Yeah.
Tammy's
or-
at it again.
or just got angry. I still would switch the murder and battery, but I'll go with you guys here. This looks good. All right, let's spin the wheel and see what happens. Damn.
We suck.
Well, we got the DUI right.
Yep. Yep. It was
Flagrant
murder.
infidelity.
I was right with the murder. Forgery. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And yeah. Leaner. Yeah, we got them also wrong except for the DUI.
It was entrapment. These women look like they're capable of all of it.
I know.
It's like when you're at the Sizzlers and everyone's at the buffet. You never know who got the last top rib or ribeye. It happens.
It does happen. Oh my God. Ah, man, oh man. So what do you got going on tonight, Mo?
I'll be hanging out with you, and then we'll be doing either court stuff or car chases, and then we'll be going over to Expert. I'll probably leave early because Fridays are my long day, but
Yes.
that's what we'll be doing.
You got anything else going on?
Not today.
Okay.
Megan's taking the day off, so I'm going to be helping Mr. Mo in my capacity to help Mr. Mo.
She's a supervisor.
Yes. Yes, she
Yes.
is. I don't think that hole's deep enough. Could you just bend over and dig a little deeper, Mr. Mo? Why are you wearing a shirt still? I don't understand. You're supposed to be all hot and sweaty.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to let him take me to the Tron movie, but I heard that Jared Leto isn't shirtless in any of it, and I was like, what's the point? He's like, he's a computer program. And I was like, and?
Oh, and?
And
I was a pilot supervisor. Pilot over here, then pilot over there.
Pretty much. I'm like, that's why I'll never be like, if a plane is going down and they're like, who can fly a plane? No one's going to raise their hand, and it's going to eventually be me. And I'm going to be like, guys, no, this is how I do directions. And I can't even tell which one's the right L unless I'm wearing my wedding ring on the right hand. And sometimes I don't even do that right. This is a terrible idea.
We might land, but it'll be upside down, but we'll land. Eventually,
We
this
land
plane
in
will.
Australia.
It's like eventually this plane will touch ground. Just don't know how fast.
just may not like how it touches the ground. Yeah.
Eventually, it will come down.
They're trying to talk me down. Ma'am, use the red button. There's 58 buttons up here and they're all shouting at me. What are you going to do? Can you take over my computer like they do in tech support? Get Raji over here on the line. He does it all the time. When I call him, he just takes over my computer.
I'm waiting for the prompt to come up that says allow access.
Look, I've cut the power on and off 3 times and it's still rebooting wrong.
You can be like that pilot that got sucked out the window. You heard about? Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Like the
No,
window,
I love watch it.
the window broke, and he was hanging on to the side of the plane all the way till it landed and everything. And he had like a frostbite and all kinds of stuff, but he didn't let go.
Well, yeah, I think he actually passed out, and his fellow co-pilots and all the flight attendants were holding on to him. I love The best way I decompress after a long day is to watch Mayday air disasters. Therapist would have a field day with me. I have already said this.
Yeah, that's a lot of decompression right there.
Well, the NTSB is the only federal agency I'm keeping in when I rule the world, because they actually find the problem and attempt to fix it once, it's like the only government.
Definitely not NASA. I mean, we don't know where this thing went.
An air tie or an air tag.
I need to watch Airplane now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I might do that today, to be fair, too.
Yes, Denise. Gravity always wins.
Yeah, gravity, my nemesis. Well, you guys, thank you for joining the show. I will have you guys going over to Recovery Attic. I think he's doing a live stream of one of the court cases that I don't even know what court cases are going on. But he's watching one, so that'll be great if you want to watch trials. And, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And we will catch you tonight at
8? 8-ish, yeah.
8-ish. We always wait for Expert to put up his time, but that's always nebulous.
And that could be any time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like last week, I think he started early or something. I don't know. Time change is going to mess with him so bad. It's going to take 6 months for him to get it straightened out.
Have a great day. We will see you all later, guys. Bye.
Peace.